Well, I was staying with friends down Nashville way out there in Tennessee. Jimmy Beam and Jackie Dan, as far as the eye could see. We were hitting the bottle pretty hard and telling a tale or two. My friends were really getting into the stuff. I tell you, boy, I was too. Well, we hit the hay about 2:45, feeling mighty fine. But we'd forgotten the mailman comes around at 8:45. Well, we soon found out, because every dog in the street started raising a fuss. Tell you 8:45 with a head like mine makes you ready to kill and cuss. So I pulled my friend's old carbine down and shoved one up the spout. My head was so bad I could hardly see, but them dogs better watch out. I hear this voice say, "Tiny dear, you better come here to me, huh?" Tiny, the biggest dog I ever saw, came bounding through the trees, and I said, "What kind of dog is that? Is that a Nashville Hound?" I hear you can tell by the way there is drag on the ground. What kind of dog is that? Looks weird to me. Tell me, is that dog from Nashville, Tennessee? Well, this thing was really enjoying itself, just barking to raise the dead. So I picked my friend's old carbine up and aimed at the mongrel's head. Well, the gun went off and the dog took off howling back to the woods, and the woman screamed. None of this did my head a bit of good. My friends came out to see the fuss, but there's little that they could do. The gun was just a twisted mess, the barrel split in two. Between the barrel steaming and the woman screaming, I staggered back to bed. But just before I hit the sheets, turned to my friends and said, "What kind of dog is that? Is that a Nashville Hound?" I hear you can tell by the way the tail drags on the ground. What kind of dog is that? Looks weird to me. Tell me, is that dog from Nashville, Tennessee? So if you get the Nashville friend, like all good old boys should do, be sure and take a pistol or a rifle with you too. And if them dogs should get you down like they did me every day, well, just let go a couple of rounds, then turn to your friends and say, "What kind of dog was that? Is that a Nashville Hound?" I hear you can tell by the way they brag on the ground. What kind of dog was that? Looks weird to me. Tell me, is that dog from Nashville? Tell me, is that dog from Nashville? Does he come from Nashville, Tennessee?
Woo!